A very guilty pleasure of mine is seeing game development. Seeing a person serialize going from nothing to something great, a functionless mess to actual success, and nailing it at that. VR is packed full of these fantastic channels, videos, summaries, devlogs, and the whole shebang. And so often what they are actually able to create kind of splinters off the notion of limitations existing within the video game that you love so much. Why was this feature not in there? And one lone modder can absolutely bring it into existence, or dev making his own game. Since I've been making so many Bone Lab videos, the YouTube algorithm gave me something that I wasn't quite suspecting. It was this, a modder who was just sitting in front of a pool talking about the level he just designed. And oh my god, shout out to the mod, holy shit, the angles of him talking, him showcasing what he did. Also, he perfectly nails what I think the aesthetic and love for the Bone Lab aesthetic is. Weird sense. But anyways, everything from like the PhysX puzzles being the first thing that enters you into this level. Also, the scope and size of the level is brilliant. And new PhysX or features to mess around with. One of the features he talked about was actually water, having proper buoyancy and how PhysX can kind of play in that, and also the challenge and trouble of that. That in combination with, again, a big ass map that is supported by Fusion, which is Bone Lab's multiplayer mod, just made his mod seem so good. And not only that, but he just kept adding things on top. He made this awesome like grapple hook kind of transport rail, essentially, which looks so sick. And just the lighting and the fun game area, and you flip a switch and like the ground opens up in a weird, it's so many things. And his devlog 2.0, holy shit, he just decided to go extra hard into it. It's awesome to see. And unfortunately that mod's not out yet, so the mod's not out yet. So what do we do? Man. That's just me, guys. I might put that in the video. I don't know. That's just my brain just having 7 strokes at once. The point is that the mod isn't released yet, and I don't actually know when it will be because Bone Lab has been kind of teasing the entire community for when Marrow 2 is actually going to launch. Bone Lab Mod.io is kind of in this weird space, I guess. Modders waiting to actually publish their mod because they might have to update it for Marrow 2.0 or whatever the hell it might be. But I've never been good at holding back and all that stuff, so I wanted to go and see if I could find any other good Bone Lab pool mods, something that kind of have that same aesthetic, and also it gives me an excuse to talk about mods that I don't really know where to put in other videos, but they are damn awesome and totally worth getting. Especially, again, all of these mods kind of embrace that same idea of brilliant mod authors taking on really hard challenges and making a pretty fucking good dent. So without further ado, let's go to the swimming pool, which, I'm not sure if you guys, man, I'll be honest, guys, I do not have great memories from the swimming pool. It's all just old men. Oh god, so much wrinkles and too much. I don't need to see all just so much. Luckily, only thing I had to ever deal with there, thank god. But as we are running around this fun little pool, safety, not included, we are going to be battling raptors. Yes. Whatever this thing is. Yeah, it does say to the mod, I just don't know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an NPC compilation. I thought it was actually going to have, it's an NPC compilation by Cohagen. NPC compilation by Cohagen. Long story short, a series of really good NPCs. Almost all of these NPCs are way too good. Their textures, their quality, everything looks brilliant. They work properly. You can grab their hands and they're like weird exoskeletons and pop-outs, which is really weird that it happens sometimes. Point is, as I ran around the pool and started fighting all these enemies and started, fronting up with Rocky Balboa. Kill me. Anyways, Balboa. There we go. I started realizing, holy shit, Rocky's taking some hits. I'm smashing his chin. Usually that's the off button with the no bodies. But holy crap, I didn't know that this massive pack of NPCs, which I thought was just kind of like a massive dump of, reskinned NPCs, like rocking the same kind of skeleton and whatnot. No. There's a lot in here that's kind of crazy that I don't think people talk about enough. First of all, Rocky's taken a bazillion hits. You need to shoot him 5 times in the skull with a slug just to kill it. It's crazy. But we got there. Of course we got there. There are also nondescript mercenary people who are saying totally not, yep, just kind of people holding guns. Point is, they're holding guns, which is shocking, and they don't hit you. It's again making a dent in the whole Bone Lab problem of NPCs being Garbo, and there being no danger to you ever really in the game. But needless to say, this is pretty cool. Those guys run around and actually shoot you. They don't actually look like they kind of use the same template as the weird security bot on the orb. with like a hologram. It's not quite the same thing. Yeah. Also, just the overall mass of them is different. A lot of avatars I see are like basically a human being using that kind of framework and then maybe tweaking things. There is straight up like massive skyscraper level, not skyscraper, too much, big boys, like mutants, massive like ogre orc mutants. And you can smash and bash all of them with the plethora of weapons that we showcase to death on this channel, so just pick any of them and you'll be going ham. Also, ladies and gentlemen, while we're slaughtering these, just weird looking NPCs, do you know this many people are subscribed? It's fine, it's okay, because you know what? We have members and they're the fucking best. And I also have you who, puts that with me, so we're winning on both ends. Thank you kindly for your support, my friends, and back to the awesome pool mod. Now, me not getting distracted at all, me totally being locked in and fighting off terrorist scum, okay? Golly, Jesus Christ, I hope this, that's a lot of skin and okay. Whilst I was enjoying this, little taste of this fantastical pool area, I did download 2 other mods. Now, I'll cut the shit real quick. I thought this was a pool level. It is not. It's a beautiful, gorgeous showcase level. I think it's just meant to show off, nice scenery. It looks amazing in here. You don't see those weird, grid lines on the distance, so it just looks like a vista. Mwah! Everything looks so reflective. Maybe your PC will melt by playing it, but my PC was able to, survive, not thrive, survive. But I thought we'll make lemons out of lemonade. I downloaded a mod a long time ago, which essentially is crablets, or whatever they're called, that are your pets / friends. Now, first of all, love it. Love the idea. Imagine we're playing Bone Lab and we can have a dog that just hangs out, murks things for it, just rips throat out of enemies and no bodies. Yes. Maybe it's a little Wally robot that's just putting along beside your hip and just extends his little tiny robot arm and says, "Take some bullets, sir." And you take that bullet and you pump a shell into one of the other gnolls with the exploding head, because you have that mod too, because we're all sick. I love the idea so much. So, this idea, it works, but it kind of looks like it's defying every conceivable law of robotics possible. The crablet looks like his legs are broken, and simultaneously, like every vein in his non-veiny body is screaming at you that I want to lunge at you and kill you, but he never does, and instead he kind of just scoots around and, yep, stays kind of a weird distance away from you. It's like a weird love-hate thing. It's a weird, I feel indifferent to it. You can change its color though, so that's pretty cute. You can change if you want to have it pink, blue, orange. Now here's it. I thought I had content creator brain, brain rot essentially. So I thought, wouldn't it be awesome if I could take the GoPro mod, which by the way, you guys always ask me what kind of thing. It's just the GoPro mod. It's just amazing camera mod. I thought, wouldn't it be great if I just welded this camera onto the little spider thing? That way, it's like a cool dog POV that's like tracking me. Unfortunately, there's this weird thing that every goddamn avatar has, where they have like this head bob and like this twitch. So it just makes every movement look super jarring. And even when I add stabilization and editing, it still looks like a nightmare. So, yeah, we're not winning at all. But the fact that the mods work in general is really nice. I don't think the pet does anything besides kind of just stalk you a little bit and get stuck. But really cool idea that I hope in the future we can one day actually have pets in Bone Lab. Maybe Marrow 2, 3, maybe 3. Hopefully it's 2, but I'll never put anything past this brilliant community who is just frankly always constantly being like, you guys are working on broken legs and you're running a marathon, boy, and you're still going, which is amazing. All right, enough enabling people who make me free content basically to cover every week. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the video. Probably a little bite-sized video. I just wanted to shoot the shit with you, talk about some stuff. I also wanted to talk about that one video, which I would link in the description down below, which you should absolutely go check out. It is one of my favorite things to kind of watch a person who's super passionate about things talk about what they're passionate about, but also done in one of the most engaging, film satisfying ways possible. Again, it's one thing to hear your friend ramble at you about something you have no idea. It's another thing for your friend to perfectly care package that shit and just deliver it to you, and you're like, this is lovely. This was actually the best. Thank you, my dude. Thank you so much for your time. If you guys did enjoy the video, appreciate a like. It probably does nothing, but hey, also, if you want to see more videos that I think you'd like, that one I think you'd like, YouTube thinks you'd like that one. Does it know what it's talking about? Probably not. We make so much weird content on this channel, it's hard to place wherever we are supposed to be. Love you, bye.